Mindless servitors stand guard over an imperial stronghold. An orc warband approaches, ready to crump. Will the brutal be quelled by the brainless? Find out here on Mountainside Tabletop!
What's going on, everyone? We're back with another Kill Team Battle Report, this time with the other side of the Typhon box. We've got the Battleclade against the Wrecka Krew. So yeah, I'm playing my third game with the Battleclade now. I'm starting to finally kind of get my head around all the moving pieces, and hopefully can kind of orchestrate some nonsense with them, but they're pretty hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got the same list that I think I'll always take with this team because it's the one I built and it's kind of the only one you're gonna take. So my equipment is below. I think the comms device, as always, is like totally mandatory for this team. It really helps them out a lot. The neurocyclic reserve cells could be great, and giving my weapons shock and severe is hopefully gonna really help me stay alive once Brad starts getting close to me.
Yeah, like I definitely do want to come and get in your face, and I want to shoot you as well. Those are two things you usually want to do in Kill Team, but I only have 6 real operatives, not counting the squigs, and you know, I'm gonna run out there and maybe get a kill, maybe even get 2 kills, maybe even get, oh baby, a triple if I'm extremely lucky, but then I'm probably gonna be standing in the middle of nowhere, and this Underseer can make all your good guns like dash up and shoot out of activation, or you know, crazy stuff can happen. I think that your threat has already activated, and then, oh, it actually hasn't, and I'm getting shot in the face, and I'm dead with a melt-a-gun or an arc gunner. That's gonna be nasty. So the Underseer is the coolest model, but also is kind of like every model on the team.
Yeah, totally.
So that I gotta watch out for. It's easy when you've played as much Kill Team as we have to just get used to like the normal flow of the game. Oh, you've activated, I don't have to worry about you right now.
Yeah.
Not the case when playing against Battleclade, and especially not the case while your Underseer is still alive.
100%.
Would be nice to snipe that guy early, but I honestly doubt you're gonna give me the chance.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The Orks are back on Mountainside Tabletop. I'm here to bring the boom, because that's what we do. This is the Wrecka Krew. As voted by the patrons, they'll be facing off against the Battleclade, and I'm really excited to play this team because I think they are so fun. Strengths, you get to fight well, and you get to do some crazy shooting with, if you roll 6s, you're just on top of the world. Downsides, stun grenades end your life. Are you taking stun grenades? No.
No, I don't play like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Then easy win.
Yeah, seems
right?
like it, yeah.
If you don't take stuns, I'm feeling good.
Great.
Look, I've got the same loadout that I've used in the other video that we use these guys in. The only loadout I personally think that I'm ever going to need with this team.
Yeah.
If you sweat, maybe you go into like other options. But okay, this is what I got. All the specialists and 1 of each warrior. The heavy gunner can go in the garbage because who likes heavy?
Yeah, it's worse.
Right? Especially heavy dash on this guy, I think.
Yeah.
So why would you ever want that? For equipment, I've taken glyphs with the Wah ploy. I think you always go for that, pretty much. Cracks are always good because you can use Wrecka points on your cracks. Heavy barricade helps you kind of stage up, especially on this map. I think they're going to be good, and the squigs can fully hide behind a heavy barricade, even with an engage order, which they're going to have. So I think heavy barricades are very good with this team. And then I also went with engine oil. If you can't finish me off in 1 hit, which I think will be pretty likely, then I can have an activation where I'm not injured, and that will be nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, I think this team is kind of funny, like, if you're into orcs, I guess. But I guess my biggest concern is probably the Knob. I mean, he's the biggest and baddest one. He's the hardest to kill. So the combination of, like, a few extra wounds, just a scratch, is always there hanging around, and this thing can just do so much damage. I mean, the servitors are like have okay survivability with 4 up saves and 8 wounds, but I can see a situation where Brad charges in, fights one, does the salvo with the 2 pistols, and kills like 2 or 3 more. Like that could happen if I'm not careful. If I get a chance to just like kind of irresponsibly throw something at this knob, I'm definitely going to take it, because once he's off the board, I think things are going to start to crumble. Like only 5 operatives who natively have 2 APL is going to be tough to deal with. So yeah, hopefully I can get rid of him and then just, cruise around.
We love cruising.
Yeah.
For a bruising. For this game, we're playing on an open board, layout 6, and we're using some beta Decima terrain and a bunch of other random 3D printed stuff. And the crit op is coordinates. I win the roll-off, and I keep initiative. So we set up our equipment and our operatives.
In the scouting phase, we both select a piece of equipment. Brad's going to select smokes, and I'm going to select a concealed apparatus. Then I'm going to give Turning Point 1 initiative to Brad.
In Turning Point 1, we move up a bunch of guys.
Yeah, my only real consideration here is staying safe and setting up a potential use for my concealed apparatus to launch a Melta up the board or something like that.
My squigs have to flip to engage here, but I'm able to hide them behind full heavy cover. One of them is up behind my heavy barricade, completely invisible to you. And also your leader has a chance to omni-scan my demolisher, so everything is going to have ceaseless against him.
Yep.
Yeah, Turning Point 1 in the bag.
Easy.
Easy game. In Turning Point 2, we roll off for initiative and Victor wins. He plays Nospheric Possession, that cheesy swap position equipment to change a bunch of guys around, and then uses his leader's ability to put Ceaseless on my fighter. I play Wah for free and Tough Gits.
Alright, so finally, it feels like it has been so long since I've won a key initiative roll, but I'm feeling great. I'm going to move this Melta through the breach point in this terrain and take a shot at Brad's knob.
So 3 1s, you're going to spend all your CP into 3 more 1s, and then I'm going to roll with 1 save. Dude, this game is so easy!
That is just so disappointing. How much CP do I have? Like, that's so stupid, though. So my Melta does nothing. You kill him and win the game. 1 attack, piercing 2. Oh, yeah. I don't even know what we're doing here anymore, man.
I mean, sometimes when you hit on 4s, you don't hit on 4s.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I guess I have to charge you because you're just going to counteract and shoot again if I don't.
True.
So I will charge you with my Demolisher. Then we'll fight. I get a Wrecka point. You roll like ass. I parry you out and then kill you. Now my APL is buffed because I fought, so I'll use that last one to tap your home objective for 2 VP. But that's not scored until the end of the game.
Yeah.
I did consider throwing down a smoke grenade here, but I just thought, I'll die, but at least I scored 2 points. That's good.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm going to move up one of my Flamer Servitors and take a shot at the Demolisher. Unfortunately, no crit, so it's going to be pretty easy to save, and Brad does exactly that. He's got this annoying damage reduction, so he's only going to take 3 damage from this.
Okay, I'm trying to waste time now. My Rocketeer is going to move up to my home objective and tap it.
Alright, my Servitor Underseer is going to activate. They're going to use Network Override to make my Flamer take a shot at that Demolisher. Again, only 3 damage through. And then I'm going to move, and I'm going to command the Hatch Cutter to make a small dash just to get into a better, more threatening position.
Alright, now we're just moving up some guys. First, my Fighter. Then Vic's other Flamer. And then my Crusher.
Alright, my Arc Rifle Heavy Servitor is going to dash out and take a shot at the Demolisher. Once again, Brad gets a pretty good save here, and now is the time that he finally uses Just a Scratch, and so he's going to stay alive. I can't believe how many shots this thing's taking.
I'm going to be insane and move one of my squigs completely out into the open. If you shoot it, you'll have to go engage, so I'm daring you to do it.
Yeah, and not only that, but if I kill it, it doesn't help me with the kill op, and all it's going to do is blow up and help you gain Wrecka points.
Basically.
Yeah, so I think I'll leave it. Alright, my Heavy Bolter is going to dash and take a shot at that Demolisher. Brad doesn't even need one of his patented excellent saves here. I do all the heavy lifting for him and do no damage.
My other squig's just gonna move up behind the heavy barricade where the other squig was.
All right, my auto proxy is going to transfer power and then throw a crack at the demolisher. Luckily, that finally kills it, so I'm going to reveal confirm kill. Then, because I transferred power to my heavy arc rifle servitor thing, he's going to network counteract to dash back into conceal to not get killed.
Time to go with my boss Nob. Okay, he's going to charge your flamer and fight. I take 4 damage, down to 10, but I get the kill. I get a free Wrecka point there from the Nob's ability and another APL. So I'm going to do a salvo shot. I got 2 targets. First, I'll shoot against your flamer. That's a bad roll, nothing through. But then I also have a shot against your auto proxy. Man, another bad roll. I'll use a bunch of my Wrecka points and a CP. But you save well and stay alive at 4 health. That was kind of underwhelming, honestly.
Yeah, that's a nice bonus. Okay, so this might seem completely ridiculous, but believe me, it makes sense because I need my breacher to be able to kill the Nob in my next activation. So my medic is going to charge and fight the Nob. Obviously, I know I'm going to die here. That's not the point. I'm going to bring the Nob down to 2 HP, so he's just sitting there waiting to get breached in a minute.
Damn. Alright, my gunner is going to move and shoot this flamer. I waited as long as I could. Since the Nob shot at it earlier, I'll get an extra Wrecker point here from competitive streak. But I just get a bad roll. I use all my Wrecker points again, down to 0. But you save well and also survive at 4 HP. Then with my third APL, I'll just drop a smoke on myself.
Okay, so now that I've weakened this Nob, my breacher servitor is going to move up and take a shot at the 1 HP Nob with this excellent gun. You know, it's funny, I only needed 1 wound here, and I do have accurate, so I could have just charged and fought you, but I just can't resist a lethal 5 piercing 2 gun because I'm an idiot, but luckily I get the kill, and then am very safely going to score confirm kill over here.
Alright, I'm going to get a counteract with my gunner, so I'll try and finish off this flamer. Another Wrecka point for free from competitive streak. This is an obscured shot because I'm standing in my own smoke, but I'm going to use all my Wrecka points to be left with 3 hits, and that's enough to get the kill.
Yeah, that's a shame. I was really hoping he could stay alive and tank another shot in the next turning point. So my leader's going to move out. I'm going to use Omni Scanner on this gunner and take a shot. I'm not going to use accurate here because I'm hoping to get some crits and activate my devastating wounds. I get 4 3s. I've got Ceaseless. I'm going to reroll everything. Unfortunately, he's only going to take 5 damage and go down to 7, but whether or not I win initiative, because my leader can move around in the strategic phase, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get him safe if I need to.
Well, at the end of turning point 2, I reveal my TAC op, which is contain or containment, whatever it's called now, and we're tied.
Yep. Yeah, you know, obviously the first activation of this turning point went as poorly as it possibly could have for me. I was really banking on my Melta, probably not killing your leader because of just a scratch, but at least doing some respectable damage. And then I thought with severe shock and accurate, I had a pretty good chance to stay alive in the oncoming charge, but obviously neither of those things happened, and your wreckers were in my zone pretty quick.
You know, I whiffed some stuff with my Nob, and I haven't rolled a ton of 6s, but even though we're tied, I do feel pretty good because I've tapped all the objectives.
Yeah.
And Victor's tapped 0. All those points are scored at the end of the game for this mission, so it's not reflecting in the score right now, but I feel like I have a nice lead there, and I'm hoping I can just score my TAC op, chill on my side of the board, and get some sneaky kills where I can.
Yeah, you know, I realize why I hate this crit op is because it takes advantage of my natural procrastination tendency. Like, I can't help myself. When it says you score at the end, it's like, oh, that's a tomorrow problem. I'll deal with it later, but I always end up behind on this one.
Well, you know what's a today problem?
What's that?
Not having a Skirmish Mat.
That would be.
You can get a Skirmish Mat at this link. We have an affiliate link. Check it out. Desolate Dunes is the sickest desert mat.
Yep, that's a today solution.
Mountain, go! In turning point 3, Vic wins initiative again. Hopefully you roll as badly as you did when you won initiative in turning point 2, and I'm gonna be laughing all the way to a win, but I am scared. You have some threats that can threaten me. That's what threats do.
They do.
You omni-scan my Crusher and play Nuspheric Possession again, and I play Tough Gits and amped up just to heal my gunner, but I get the full heal. He's back at 11 HP.
Okay, so my plan has kind of changed here. I was planning to throw one of my servitors up the board to help my leader, take a shot at this gunner and kill him. I've got this servile surrogacy ploy in the bank, and I know that I can like protect my leader with it, but I've just remembered that basically everything on Brad's team has access to blast or fight twice. So if I do this, I'm just gonna lose 2 operatives instead of 1.
Man, Wrecka Krew is such a blast to play.
So my plan has changed, and I've got to get aggressive with my leader. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my APL yet, but the first thing I'm going to do is take a shot at this gunner. Unfortunately, I'm only going to bring him down to 2 HP. That was kind of an essential kill. It's a shame. Brad healed 4, brought him down to 2. Would have got it.
You know, if I rolled bad on my heal, I would have only healed 2 instead of 4, and that would have killed me.
Yeah, that would have been so nice. So I'm going to omni-scan a squig because it's the only thing I can see, and then charge the gunner to tie it up. You know, this is a pretty tenuous position, but I am thinking if I charge over here, I'm at least making it a little bit more difficult for you and can hopefully keep you tied up before this gunner just breaks free and kills my whole backline.
Okay, well, my Crusher is hiding on the other side of some, like, vat of oil or something. I'm gonna charge over it into your leader and fight. All right, now we're getting rolls, baby. Now we're going.
That's the classic Brad bullshit.
So I get 3 Wrecka points here, and I have the smash ability, so I'm gonna move you around as I'm punching you around. I'm gonna get myself into a better position and get the kill. Now, since I was able to reposition a bit during that fight, I have a great shot with the crack onto your breacher. Bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Wrecka Krew's ready to wreck. We're bringing the boom. This crack grenade just blows your head off. I get another kill.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now... now that gunner's free, because Brad's got that equipment to make him not injured for an activation, I've got to deal with it. I have to waste my heavy bolter's activation to just do 2 damage to that gunner just to get him off the board. Otherwise, he's going to charge a servitor, kill it, and then blast another 2 off the board. So I have no choice here. So, you know, I do that and have some consolation.
All right, well, I have a Rocketeer on the other side of the board. I'm going to move and shoot your 4 HP auto proxy. Yo, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
I have like 1 million Wrecka points. I think I'm maxed or almost maxed. Easy kill here, obviously. And I'm going to spend my last APL to drop my second smoke right on this Rocketeer and stay pretty safe.
Okay, so I mean, this is all academic at this point, I think. But my arc rifle is going to move a little bit and take a shot at this Crusher. Yeah, great. It's so nice to get the dice when you really need them. So the Crusher is dead.
Okay. My Squig is gonna charge your heavy bolter and blow up. First, I'll shoot against myself. I deal 4 damage to myself and survive at 1 HP.
This member of the 1 HP gang is brought to you by Just Funk It. Thanks, Just Funk It.
Then blast attack against the gunner. But nothing through, actually. How am I gonna win with rolls like this?
All right, so the Underseer is going to network override to make my Arc Gunner take another shot at that smoked Rocketeer. It's obscuring. I'm not expecting much here. So yeah, nothing goes through. And then I'm going to move and dash to control this confirmed kill token. I'm really grasping at straws here.
Well, my fighter can charge your Underseer. I guess we'll fight. I guess I'll kill you.
Yeah, cool.
Vic passes his counteract because he doesn't really have any options. I just move up my last squig, and that's the end of the turning point.
All right, so at the end of a pretty horrifying turning point, the score is going to be 8-5. Brad gets a couple more points for tack op, a couple more for kill op. I move kill op up 1, but don't touch my tack op. And at this point, I think, you know, safe to say the game is over. Brad has hit all the points. I've hit none of the points. All I have left are these 2 very slow moving gun servitors. So yeah. GG, this one's done. What a nightmare.
What a dream.
Yeah, for some.
I don't think I've ever rolled that hot in a single turning point, ever.
Yeah. It's funny, you know, I really, like, my plan vanished with my Melta's activation in Turning Point 2, and then I felt like I still had a chance, and then you made sure in Turning Point 3 that that feeling went away.
Yeah, you had a bad roll there with your Melta. You kind of clawed your way back with some good saves and my knob kind of whiffing.
Yeah.
But then Turning Point 3 was just a meme.
Yeah.
Basically.
But obviously, we've got a lot to say about this game, so we're going to be chatting about it on our Patreon. If you would like to hear that, take a gander at the link in the description and check it out.
Should this video be an ad to buy Wrecka Krew?
It basically is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's certainly an ad to buy purple Chessex dice.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody. We will see you in the next video. Unless you don't watch it, in which case, goodbye forever. We'll never see you again. Enjoy your life.
Thanks for nothing. See ya.